If you're watching this, chances are you have a child with a concussion. Already a tough spot to be in. But when we add in siblings who might be feeling left out or frustrated or confused and scared, things get even trickier. My name is Larissa. I have a brain injury. I've been dealing with it for about 5 years now, and one of my first jobs was working with kids for almost 10 years. So today I'm going to share a little bit about how to balance your child's recovery while supporting their siblings too. Most aspects of concussion recovery don't get talked about enough, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. Now, please note that I am not a doctor, and whether you are talking about a child with a concussion or supporting the mental health and well-being of your kids, it's important to reach out to medical professionals. So please take this as me sharing my experiences, but this is not medical advice. I highly encourage you to reach out to your family's pediatrician for family-specific advice for you. If you're interested in hearing some of my thoughts and opinions, stick around because I'm going to be sharing practical tips, helpful strategies, and ways to create a calm and supportive environment for everyone in your home. Let's dive in. When a child is recovering from a concussion, sibling dynamics can shift in unexpected ways. Concussions are unpredictable and the symptoms can change on a day-to-day basis. And then you've got siblings. It's common for siblings to feel jealous, frustrated, or anxious and scared about their siblings' condition. Younger kids in particular may not understand what's going on with their brother or sister and why they suddenly need so much attention. They might act out, they might start demanding more attention, and they might even start mirroring symptoms so that they get the same kind of attention that their sibling is getting. Older siblings might act out in different ways, like withdrawing into themselves or taking on a caregiver role, which sounds nice, but it can be really stressful for them. Without clear communication, these feelings can lead to resentment, behavioral challenges, and overall family tension. But the good news is that there are ways to address these challenges and help your family navigate through this difficult time. One of the first ways to help siblings adjust is making sure that they understand what a concussion is in an age-appropriate way. For little kids, you can keep it really simple. Your sibling's head got a little hurt, and just like when you get a big boo-boo, they need some time to rest until they feel better. If kids don't understand why, well, when I have a boo-boo, I just get a Band-Aid. It can be kind of like a boo-boo and being sick all at once. So they might need an ice pack on their neck or their head. And just like when you're sick with a sore throat, they need to lie down and just rest to get better. Sometimes using visuals can really help to drive the point home. So taking a stuffy or another toy or doll and putting a Band-Aid on it can help them to see what's going on. For older kids, sometimes simple science is really helpful. Something like a concussion is when the brain gets shaken up inside of the head a little bit. This makes it harder for the brain to do its normal job. So it takes time and rest for it to get back to normal. The key is to keep it straightforward and reassuring. Another important thing is to encourage kids to ask questions. Kids process their emotions through curiosity, and they might be wondering things that they don't know how to express. Letting them ask questions at an appropriate time. So if you are busy dealing with a concussed child who is throwing up, that is not the best time for your other child to be asking, why is he throwing up so much? Circling back is going to be really important. You can ask questions at the right time. You can definitely ask questions and get answers, but just give me a minute to deal with this. One of the biggest struggles for siblings is feeling left out or not included. You can try to set aside some one-on-one time. And I know you're already dealing with a ton of crap, extra doctor's appointments, extra cleaning. You're focused on your concussed child, but just taking little chunks of time, maybe a few minutes, to make sure that the other sibling gets a bedtime story. One-on-one, they get to choose the story, you read it to them and only them, is one of the things that you can do to really make them feel valued. If you need a breath of fresh air, having one parent stay at home with the injured child and just going on a walk around the block with the other sibling is a great way to make them feel valued. Another great strategy, especially with older siblings who might be trying to take on too much of a caregiver role, to give them small, helpful tasks so that they feel included, they feel like they're helping, but they don't take on too much of the responsibility. This can look like asking them to bring their sibling a water bottle, or helping you to set up a space for them where they can have quiet and have darkness, a little bit of a recovery zone. If you are interested in information on setting up a recovery zone in your home, make sure you check out this video. Little tasks like this can make siblings feel important, needed, and included. It's also helpful to encourage activities that they can do together that won't interfere with recovery. It's a balance. Some great options include listening to an audiobook together, or doing simple crafts, or playing board games that have modified rules or a slower gameplay so that there's not too much going on for the child with the concussion. Being really intentional about what activities the kids are doing together can help them to maintain their bond without overstimulating the child who's recovering. And don't forget to give space and encourage siblings to express their feelings. This can look something like saying, I know that this has been a big change for you too. What's been the hardest part? Just acknowledging the emotions and letting them be frustrated. Because yeah, it is frustrating. It's frustrating for you too, right? You don't want to have to clean up puke all the time. You don't want to have a child who is in pain and having to put ice packs on their head all the time. It's hard on all of you, and pretending like everything's fine is not going to make everything fine. As a parent, it is easy to feel stretched thin at the best of times. And with that feeling of being stretched thin comes guilt. Guilt for focusing so much time on the child who's recovering. Guilt for not spending as much time with your other kids. Guilt at feeling overwhelmed and frustrated by a crappy situation. But here's the thing, you are doing your best, and that's enough. Not every day is going to feel balanced, and that's okay. Some days are going to be dino nuggies and french fries for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's okay. It truly is. Instead of trying to do everything perfectly, focus on small, meaningful moments with each child. A few words of encouragement, or a shared joke, or even a hug can go a long way to making kids feel loved. Also, acknowledge their efforts. You might say, I see how patient you've been with your sibling. Good job. It means a lot. And when you say that to your child, say it to yourself too, because it takes a lot of patience to deal with someone who has a brain injury. The patience that my family has is astounding. I am so grateful for all of the love and support and patience that my family have. I'm a grown-up, and I know that it still stresses out my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law when I push myself too hard, when I'm having a migraine-y day, when I'm having a dizzy day, and they just want to make everything better. So on behalf of your child, thank you. You are doing a great frickin' job. Good job. Now, Even in the best of circumstances, siblings fight. And when one of your kids is recovering from a concussion, tensions can be even higher. If a sibling is acting out, start by validating. I get that you are frustrated. It is really hard when things change. Sometimes just feeling heard can help a child to calm down. It's also important to set clear boundaries ahead of time. You might want to say to them, I know that you guys love playing tag inside and that you used to do it all the time, but right now, Larissa's brain needs some calm and some quiet. So for now, no tag in the house. If a sibling is being too rough or too loud, let them know that it's for their brother or sister's safety and they're not in trouble. If you set the expectation ahead of time, it'll help them to stay within the rules. And when you are frustrated and you bring it back to the rule that you shared before, it helps them to know that they're not in trouble. Oh, right, this is something that we need to be doing, and mom was startled, and that's okay. And then redirect. Finding healthy outlets for their energy can also help. Encouraging outside play or journaling or independent activities can give everybody a much needed break and let them work at their own pace and capacity. And sometimes, despite our best efforts, siblings are going to struggle to cope with the changes at home. If you notice prolonged anger or withdrawal or big emotional outbursts, it might be time to ask for help. And this can mean reaching out to the school's guidance counselor. It could be talking to your family's pediatrician. It could be seeking family counseling. Don't be afraid to seek support. And it might just be within your family or friend group. Spending extra time with grandma, with grandpa, with a trusted adult friend, or with a trusted neighbor, having someone to step in and spend some one-on-one time can make a world of difference. You are doing a good job. Navigating sibling relationships during recovery is not easy, but with patience, communication, intentional effort, you can help all your kids feel supported. If you've been through this before, I would love to hear what has helped, what has worked for your family. Please drop that in the comments below. And if you are going through it right now, share what are the biggest struggles? What are the things that we could be talking about within our community to help you out, to help you navigate this crabby time? Thank you for sticking around. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you remember to reach out for help, because you are not alone. So today it looks like Libby's gonna be a nuisance, and so is my brain. 8 white cars in a row just drove down the street. 9. She has toys right on the other side of that curtain. She knows how to do this. I am not a horrible cat mom. She goes in and out of these curtains all day long. What are you doing with this second? Buddy girl. Today's gonna be a crazy day. Let's jump in.